Jai Hind everyone, myself Sandeep Yadav, Assistant Professor CSC Department. Today I am going to deliver a lecture on project management, which is a part of unit number 3rd of the subject PME, Project Management and Entrepreneurship, which is being taught in BTech 7th semester and 8th semester to different branches of BTech. So today I am going to cover different topics of this unit. The contents are project management, its meaning, scope and role of the project manager, and project life cycle, and various type of appraisals, technical appraisals, environmental appraisal and market appraisal. These are the contents that we are going to deliver. So let us start with the first term, that is projects. Well, project is something that is a specific finite set of activity that produce an observable and measurable result under certain preset requirements. That is, a project is a planned activity that we carried out for a specific purpose, having the specific purpose that is desired from the producer sides. It is a temporary endeavor that is being undertaken to create unique products, service or result. Temporary means that every project has a definite end, and unique means the product or the service is different from all the similar products or the services. Now, project is a unique process consisting of set of coordinated and controlled activities with start and finish date undertaken to achieve an objective conforming to specific requirements, including constraints of the time, cost and resources. Various example of projects are developing a watershed, creating a irrigation facility, developing a variety of crops, developing a new breed of animal, developing an agro-based industry, and so on. So we can include example from various multiple branches or different fields of science also. For example, developing a projects in computer science, it is also an example of projects. So project include the terms that are used in the projects are used in different engineering branches. Overall it can be also from the science, also from the arts, also from the commerce also. The project is a comprehensive term which is used in different streams, different disciplines, either engineering, social sciences, pharmacy, hotel management, right, or medical. So everyone is using the term project. Now, there are certain characteristics of projects which each project has to meet. Number one, each project has a set of objective, that is, each project start when we define certain objective for it. Now, while designing the objective, one should be careful. The objective should meet what is the desirable from the project. The project comes to end as soon as these objectives are attained. So, we need to see after the completion of project that the desired results are obtained or not. If these are not obtained, then the project is of no worth. Second, a project has a tenure, has a life cycle, that is, project is never a continuous activity. Everything has to come to an end. So, the lifespan of project is fixed. Some projects are of shorter duration, some are of medium duration and some are of longer duration. So, we need to keep in mind the tenure also. Now, teamwork. It is said that it is not possible to accomplish the projects without the team spirit between different team members, because it is a teamwork. We need to work together so as to accomplish the various activities and coordinate with each other so as to obtain the desired outcome. Next, the project idea is that it is unique. All the projects are unique in themselves, that is, no two projects are exactly similar. See, the project must be unique, it must be novel. We cannot make a project which is being already made. It is of no use. Already we have this thing with us. So, we need to develop the project which is unique, which is something new. Now, life cycle. Like living organism, a project also has a life cycle. It starts slowly, that is in definition space. Then we start building up the project, that is in planning phase. Planning phase is very essential, whereby the blueprint of the project is being made as to what are the desired facility the project has to provide. Then it reaches the peak phase, that is when the project is actually implemented, and at the last the project is being terminated when it is of no longer use, that is it has made its desired outcome. The next is made to order. The customer always decide the objective and inform the constraints and costs. So it is the customer which is supreme. Everything is done as per the requirement of the customer. So the project team need to be in continuous touch with the customer side and take continuous feedback from them and show product from time to time, so as to have the better product or better the project. Now single entity, generally project are the responsibility of the single person or the entity. See, within the project there is a single person who is responsible, that is the manager, under whom different persons work, but also responsibility is one. So the responsibility is it is of all, but there is single in charge. There are various participants in the project who are helping the manager in accomplishing the objective. That is, but there is division of labor. Each person is being given a specified task, and it is the duty of the project manager that all the team work together so as to meet the desired outcome. Next important characteristic of project is multi-skilled staff. The staff needed for a project, including the project manager, need to have the wide variety of skills, including technical skills, human skills, financial skills, and negotiation skill, etc. Next is subcontracting. Subcontracting is practically unavoidable in project managers as specialized knowledge of workforce is needed for a very small duration. So it is very difficult and costly to retain or employ all the employees. So what we do is we outsource some of the tasks to outside agencies for shorter duration, that is we hire person for certain amount of time only, time bound. So these are just hired for small duration and specific job from an outside agency, that is the work is ad hoc based of only certain duration. Next important characteristic of project is risk and uncertainty. Well, all the projects are risky as the activity involved in the projects are retrievable. See, risk is a factor, it is an uncertainty that may happen in projects. It is unavoidable, but we can take help of various tools to minimize the risk. Various forecasting tools are there which can be used to minimize the risk, but we cannot avoid the risk. We have to take risk if we want to accomplish the project. Now the term project management, that is project management is a methodological approach to planning and guiding project processes from start till the end. It is a method of planning the plan, right? Start from the definitions and end with the achievement of the objective that we have defined, and so the defined objective should be completed, then only we see the achievement of the project. Now the project management comprises the application of the knowledge, skill, tools and technique to various activities in the project in order to meet the stakeholder needs and expectations from the project. Now what are various stakeholders? Various stakeholders are the customer or the company for which we are designing the project. We need to involve them. we need to have the personal interview with them, note down what are their requirements and their expectations from different stakeholders. Now, project management involves the method and the discipline used to define goals, plan, and monitoring the task and the resources, identifying and resolving the issues, control cost and budget for a specific projects. We need to monitor the things, otherwise we cannot know what is happening currently. So monitoring is constantly required, supervision is constantly required. We need to ensure that the resources are optimized, including the human resources. There should not be any wastage, and the things must be completed with the specified task. Time management is also important part. The rationale for project management is as follows. Number one, project management help in handling complex, costly and risky assignment by providing interdisciplinary approach in handling the assignment. Example, R&D organizations. It's very important to follow the project management. Otherwise, we will not be able to handle the risky, costly and complex assignments. Now, project management help in handling assignment in specified time frame with definite start and completion points. For example, handling different customer orders by the industry involved in production of capital. Second, the project management approaches provide the task orientation to personnel in organization in handling various assignments. For example, organization in IT sector involving developing the various assignment for its class. So in IT sector, it's very vast, different type of projects are there which is being handled at different locations by different team members. So now let us discuss what are the objective of project management. Well, there are four main objective of the project management. Number one is scope, second is performance, third is time and fourth is cost. Now let us discuss each of one of them one by one. The first objective is scope. Scope means what are the expectations from you as a project manager and from your team. A civil contractor always have well defined scope. Like, it is an example we are taking from the civil branch. So a civil contractor has always a well defined scope, like all the civil work including excavations, laying the foundations, then doing the concretization processes, brickwork, plastering of well as per the attached drawing that is there, which is being made by the architect. So it is an example as to what are the expectations from the civil contractor. Second, the performance is a critical factor. The performance must be above the bar that is being desired by the customer. So a project is always expected to have a well defined project performance level. If a project is unable to adhere to the desired performance of customer, it is certainly an unsuccessful project. The third important parameter is time. The time is the one which is of utmost importance. If we are not able to complete the project on time, then the project is of no use. Suppose we have to make a tunnel within 1 year, then if it take 10 years, then what is the utility of that? It will escalate the cost, it will waste our human resources, it will it will increase the budgets. So time is very critical. The things need to be completed within time, otherwise that is not desirable. It delays the work. So a successful project is the one which is being completed within the specified time limit as done in the planning phase. As the cost is dependent on the time, time management is very critical. As I already discussed, that project escalates if the time increases because we need to involve the same person again, we have to pay them, we have to pay for the different resources that we are using for the project. So, it is very important term. The next term, the next objective is cost. Now, cost is dependent on all the objective. Mathematically, we can say that cost is a function of P, T, S, where that is it is a function of performance, time and scope. If any one of them increases, then automatically the cost will increase. So, the cost is a critical term. Every project has a fixed budget. So, we have to complete the tasks within the specified budgets. So, the cost is important parameters. We see many of the projects get delayed. So, what happens? The cost increases. But in competitive world, it is desired the task be completed with the time. Otherwise, the manager is doomed. So, it is his responsibility to adhere to the timeline so as to complete the project. Now, what has led to the increased use of the concept of project management in recent time? Why we people are using project management? Why it is so popular these days? Earlier, that all the tasks were done using ad hoc theory, but nowadays the time has changed. There are rapidly changing technologies, so the project management need to be used. Second is high entropy of the system. See, there is high randomness in the system, high energy level in the system that we need to see. Third is squeezed life cycle of the project. See, the things are to be done in shorter duration, so the life cycle has decreased. The time taken to complete the product should decrease because now we want higher productivity. Next is the globalization. The whole world is a global place, so it is bound to impact us. Now we are competing with all of the world, so we need to adhere to the international standards. Now next is larger organization. Now we are seeing larger organization as the process of globalization is going on and it is penetrating all the corner of the continent. So we are seeing the larger corporations are growing on. See the various larger organization, they all can be maintained only through proper project management related activity. Next is the customer have become highly focused. Now they have certain desires from the customer sides which must be fulfilled because the customer keep track of all these things. So those must be meet within the required time frame. So as already discussed, that technologies are changing very rapidly. So all the manufacturing as well as the service organization have to cope with the technological changes. So as to provide the big scope for the projects. Second, high entropy of the system. The systems are very fast, so the energy level are quite high. To adapt to the fast changing world, no organization can stick to the old outdated systems or the legacy system. Any modification or the modernization need to the project management. Now the project life cycle has squeezed at very fast speeds. Projects are needed for the upgradation of the product. Now globalization impact I have already discussed. Now the larger organization, they have huge amount of workforce and work division. They divide the work in the project and create the team to accomplish the desired objectives in the form of projects. So the organization has to develop a method for the performance appraisal. Next point is customer focus, which is very important. Increased customer focus has been the major trend in the recent time. A few years ago, the cost reduction was the main for the success. Thus, there was more emphasis on the standardization. So, in the recent year, the customer focus has redirected towards the customization. Though it is not purely customization, it is a combination of standardization and the customization. All this has led to the application of the project management. Now, we can use various tools if we desire for the project management. Now, there are certain project selection techniques, that is brainstorming, cost benefit analysis, risk and sensitivity analysis. These techniques are basically used for project selections. And next techniques that we can use are project execution planning techniques. First is VBS, that is work breakdown structure. Second is project execution plan, then project responsibility matrix and project management manual. So, we can use these techniques for effective project management, and in the upcoming series of lectures I will discuss on more and more on these techniques. Thank you.